take of knowing your youngest child's health could deteriorate at any time? What would you do to guarantee your family the best life possible? Would you consider uprooting them to the other side of the world? Elizabeth Joseph is desperate to make her son Aidan's life as good as it can possibly be.
We've got Aidan so far, we can go even further.
And believes Australia could give her whole family a brighter future.
I feel that it's the next chapter of our life. It can be a fresh start.
But when a week down under sees Dad Kevin questioning the move...
This is a massive gamble, uprooting our family to the other side of the world.
Can she convince him it's a risk worth taking?
If I can give him this, then I will give him anything possible.
Lying in the southern hemisphere, Australia is one of the world's oldest continents and the flattest landmass on Earth. Approximately 24 times the size of the British Isles, but with less than a third of the population, over 1 million British residents have emigrated there in the last 40 years. But the grass isn't always greener. Of those that made the move, over 40% have returned home. When Kevin and Elizabeth Joseph's son Aidan was born with a life-threatening heart condition, the family faced an uncertain future. He's since undergone 3 major operations, but the chances of him surviving indefinitely without a heart transplant are slim. So Elizabeth's desperate to make every day count by giving him and his siblings the best life they can possibly have. Now all she needs to do is convince Dad Kevin Australia's where they should be. The Josephs' journey down under has seen them spend 26 hours in the sky, getting from London to Adelaide. Kevin and Elizabeth have made the trip before, but with 3 children in tow this time, it's been a very different experience.
The flight was very long. I was actually expecting it to be quite bad with the children. But yeah, they were actually quite well behaved, weren't they, most of the time?
Yeah, they were.
It's been Aidan's first flight, and the journey's reminded Elizabeth of his fighting spirit.
Aidan did cope really well with the demands of flying. It just makes us realise how strong he actually is.
Exhausted from travelling, he's not saying much, but Harrison and Isabel are delighted to be down under.
When I saw the skyline from the plane, I was just so excited.
After when we've landed, I felt a bit excited that we were in a different country.
And Elizabeth's happy to have her feet back on Australian soil.
I am overwhelmed that I'm back here. I just want to stay. I don't want to have to leave.
So far, Kevin's sharing her enthusiasm.
I'm really excited for the week. I really want to see what the week brings.
Elizabeth's praying Australia will give her children a better future. The coming week will give her the chance to find out if she's right and convince Kevin it's where they should be. Back in the UK, the Josephs live in Dartford in Kent. Their dad, Kevin, mum Elizabeth, 11-year-old Harrison, 10-year-old Isabel and 8-year-old Aidan. Teenage sweethearts Elizabeth and Kevin met at a Saturday job in a chemist's.
So I was on the pharmacy counter and Elizabeth walked past and she saw me and she said to me, miserable, smile or something along those lines. Why don't you smile?
Yeah, I was like, just smile. And we've been together since.
Left foot on green.
Harrison and Isabel were born a few years later and the couple married in 2005. Elizabeth fell pregnant again soon after, but the couple were faced with an incredibly tough dilemma when a routine scan revealed baby Aidan had a rare heart condition.
We had 3 choices to make. Terminate it straight away, or have him and do nothing, then he would die within 10 days, or these 3 surgeries, which it was a 25% chance of actually dying on the table.
Say hello, Mummy.
Hello.
It was a heartbreaking decision to have to make, but Elizabeth and Kevin were determined to keep their baby.
What parent wants to have that choice given to them? No one does. To think that I could not have him, the charming little boy that we've got, I could have missed out on that.
Aidan was born with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, meaning he only has half a heart. Having survived the operations, his parents know he's likely to need a heart transplant at some point in the future, but they've no idea when.
That's probably the worst thing, not knowing whether he's going to be fine for the next 20, 30 years or whether something could creep up on us.
It's hell, isn't it? It's like, sorry.
It's all right.
It just doesn't, thinking about losing him.
Now, though, 8-year-old Aidan's condition is stable, and Elizabeth's become determined to give her whole family the best possible future. A previous holiday there has convinced her that's what Australia could offer. She believes the country could also benefit Aidan, allowing him to enjoy a more active lifestyle.
The limitations that he's got through our weather and climate, that he's not allowed to go outside to play with his school friends because he's too cold. He's quite restricted with his heart condition. So over there, hopefully those limitations will be really reduced.
Harrison and Isabel are already sold on the idea of Australia as a potential home.
It'll be very big. You get a nice big house, you get a big garden to play.
And you wouldn't have to be stuck inside all day. You'll just be like, let's just go outside right now and just relax in the sun.
Elizabeth's so determined to make the move, she's already started the process of applying for a visa, even though she knows Aidan's condition could mean it may be refused. But husband Kevin isn't convinced of the merits a new life on the other side of the world would bring. While he agrees a move could help Aidan, he also has serious concerns.
It is all about, can we afford to live there? Will it live up to Elizabeth's expectations? But it's well Aidan as well. I just want to make sure that everything's right for him and set up for when we go out there for any eventuality.
Elizabeth is determined to make the move happen.
Australia just feels right. It feels like that's where I should be. It's where we should be.
But she's going to have her work cut out over the week ahead to bring Kevin on board.
This is a massive gamble. Uprooting our family to the other side of the world is, you know, it's a massive thing to do.
To find out if Australia can deliver on Elizabeth's dream, the Josephs are visiting Adelaide, where even in winter, daily temperatures rarely dip below 15 degrees. Their base for the week is the popular suburb of Forestville, just 10 minutes from the city centre. But will the 3-bedroom semi-detached property meet Elizabeth's expectations?
Not really what I wanted. I wanted it detached.
Maybe not, but appearances can be deceptive.
Oh, this is quite nice, actually.
A bit misleading, isn't it?
It
Really,
is,
from the outside.
A peek at the bedrooms pleases the children and Kevin.
Wow!
Oh, this is a cool room.
I think this is Harrison and Aidan's.
But Mum's proving harder to excite.
Oh, it's not too bad. It's a little bit small, but it would be okay for the short term.
Maybe the open-plan living area will do the trick.
Oh my God! Oh, the kitchen!
Oh, wow.
It's a great reaction from the children, but Elizabeth still isn't sure.
It's adequate
For another week, yeah.
for us, but
I really like the style.
yeah, there's always going to be a but with me, just because my expectations are high.
It's not the best start to the week, but Aidan has perked up after the journey and can already see potential in the country he could eventually call home.
I think it's really hot and it looks really fun and you get to do lots of stuff.
As they unpack, Elizabeth's still convinced the country has plenty to offer the whole family.
I'm looking forward to see the kids' reactions this week. For them to actually see the dream that I see, for them to look at this place and think, this isn't just a holiday, this is actually how we want our lives to be.
But despite any earlier excitement, she could have a tough time convincing Isabel.
England is my place where I was born and where I live, and that's the place where I want to be.
Ultimately, though, Elizabeth knows the biggest challenge she faces in the week ahead will be bringing Kevin on side.
I've been reflecting on what we have in the UK and what we've built up, and starting again is quite a tough decision.
Back in the UK, home for the Josephs is a rented 3-bedroom townhouse in the centre of Dartford.
We've got 3 floors and my kitchen is on the middle level and the kids' bedrooms are right upstairs, so they have to endure full flights.
If they were to go ahead with a move to Australia, Elizabeth and Kevin both have high hopes for the kind of house they'd like.
I would love to have a really modern home. I don't want to have to decorate, I don't want to have to do anything to it.
Shed garden, definitely, because the garden we have is quite small. 4 bedrooms would be great.
To not be so overlooked would be great as well.
The family would continue renting in Australia and have a maximum of £1,200 to spend each month. To give them an idea of the kind of house they could have, we'll show them 3 properties, 2 based on budget and a 3rd based on their ideal home. Only after they've seen each one will they discover its value. The search gets underway in Forestville. Close to the city centre, the area benefits from excellent public transport links, good schools, shops and parks. But will this 3-bedroom townhouse in a secure gated complex be somewhere the Josephs could call home?
Not bad from the outside, but I'm going to like it from the inside.
Shall we go inside then?
Yeah.
Harrison's hopeful, but will inside impress everyone else?
Oh, this is nice.
I like the big windows. That's the space.
This house has the modern interiors Elizabeth is looking for, so will the open-plan kitchen dining area get the thumbs up too?
It is nice. It's very different from the front room, isn't it?
Yeah.
I changed the style, but actually this room is quite nice.
But that means decorating.
Yeah.
And that's not what I want to do.
In fairness, Elizabeth did say she wasn't in the market for home improvements. Discovering the tiny outdoor space leads to more disappointment.
Yeah, the garage is great, but it's just there's no actual space for the kids.
No, and that's not what
That's a
we
bit of a
wanted.
downer, isn't it?
Yeah.
This house only has 3 bedrooms, so would require some of the children to share, and that's not the only concern.
Not too keen on the fact that we've got trams right outside the
view,
window.
yeah.
So noise-wise, whoever's sleeping here isn't going to get very much sleep.
Fortunately, Aidan doesn't see the problem.
I want to go in this room.
Elizabeth's generally underwhelmed by this house, and the family bathroom leaves everyone dismayed.
So there's no bath. That's the first thing I noticed.
It's not what I want.
No, it's too small.
The master bedroom, though, does show more promise.
Ooh.
That's better.
Yeah.
This is sort of perfect size, I think. And there's a nice balcony out there as well.
Elizabeth?
But then, no view.
Even though she's the one pushing for the move, Elizabeth's proving hardest to please.
Sadly, this doesn't blow me away.
Yeah. I do like the idea of a balcony, but again, it's just, you can hear the trains in the background
And I wouldn't trust the kids.
on the balcony.
No.
The house may not have lived up to the family's hopes, but with £1,200 to spend every month, will it be in line with their budget?
I reckon £1,400 a month.
I will go for 1.15.
What do you reckon, Harrison?
1,500.
Same as Mum, Isabel?
1,225.
Oh, that's quite...
Very precise.
Yeah. Aidan?
1,025.
1,025.
Whoa.
£1,035 a month.
So, Aidan, you were actually the closest because you said
You were.
1,025. It's still not where I'd want to live, and I still wouldn't pay that price.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised by that. I still wouldn't move here.
No.
No.
Although it's affordable, it's going to take much more to impress Kevin and Elizabeth. Will Property 2 do the job? To find out, the family head for the leafy suburb of Bel Air, just 30 miles from central Adelaide. With schools, parks and a variety of outdoor activities available, the area could give Aidan the outdoors lifestyle Elizabeth wants. But will the house come up to scratch?
So what do you think?
Not bad.
It's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's got a big garden.
Yeah, I like it.
Will everyone still be on the same page inside?
Oh, well, I like this.
Nice.
It's better than the last place, much more
Yeah.
space.
Elizabeth?
It's not pulling my heartstrings.
No?
No.
And a wander into the kitchen doesn't help.
It needs updating.
Yep.
I'll update it a little bit, yeah.
Isabel agrees with Mum,
It doesn't look very nice.
but Kevin can see some potential.
I like the view and I like the location. Compare it to where we
I
saw before with the trains. This is idyllic, really, isn't it?
And the bedrooms are a better bet too.
Master bedroom.
Size is okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got the view, which is always the benefit.
With 4 bedrooms in total, the children wouldn't have to share.
They're decent-sized rooms, aren't they? And it's nice that every single room has actually got
A decent, really nice
the
view.
windows where they go all the way down to the bottom, which is quite nice.
Yeah, lots of light.
But it's not long before Elizabeth's good mood is flushed away.
Family bathroom. It's just needing to be modernised again, isn't it?
The house isn't as up-to-date as she'd like, but the outside space holds much more appeal.
So this is nice.
Wow, yeah. This is actually perfect for a garden.
But even with room for the children to roam, this house just hasn't captured Elizabeth's heart.
What's the point in having an outside that you like if you don't like the inside to live in it?
Yeah.
If it's not pulling on your heartstrings to want to move out to Australia, then what's the point?
Elizabeth isn't settling for second best, but with a £1,200 monthly budget, could they even afford this house?
I think it's 1,450.
I'd say 1,225.
478.
Oh, that's very
478,
low.
well.
That's very good if it is that.
Time to find out if anyone's right.
Exactly the same as the other property.
It is. That's surprising, but it still doesn't sway me. That's good to know that we're in this type of area
The further out
with
you
this
go,
much
you get
land.
more. If you could get a smaller land, maybe you could get a better house.
Even knowing they'd have almost £200 left over every month isn't enough to turn this house into the couple's perfect home. Hopefully, it's a case of saving the best for last. To round off their search, the family prepare to view what we think could be their dream home. Within easy commuting distance of Adelaide, Chandler's Hill offers all the facilities the family could need and promises modern individual housing set on large blocks of land.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Will this impressive-looking 5-bedroom house be worth the wait?
Wow.
Whoa.
I know this is
Wow.
Lovely.
It's lovely. I've not got to do anything.
It's the happiest Elizabeth's been all day, and it's not long before Isabel's also feeling at home.
This would definitely be my room.
Wow.
That's cool, right?
Would you be happy with this room?
Yes.
Yes?
Then we'll take it.
That's her sold, and a look at the plush master bedroom gives Elizabeth even more to celebrate.
Very nice. Walk-in wardrobe as well.
So I don't know where you're going to be getting changed, because this is mine.
Oh, was it? Okay.
The bedroom also has a private balcony, and this time it's much more to Elizabeth's taste.
Just doesn't seem real, does it?
No.
It's real, all right.
It's a bit different from Dartford, isn't it?
Back inside, the spacious open-plan living and modern interiors bowl everyone over.
Wow. Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh my God, a fish tank.
This house is everything Elizabeth dreamt of and more.
I'm overwhelmed. I just don't know whether if this is
Achievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for what we do and where we've come from. It's like, how could we live in a place like this? This is just too much.
And there's even more to come.
And now this is a family bathroom.
This is, isn't it?
It's just like
Lovely.
big bath, big shower.
Perfect.
Kevin could be beginning to imagine being right at home here. And when the family step back outside, Aidan spots something else to get excited about.
Whoa, look at that swimming pool.
Yep, it wasn't on their wish list, but this house also has its own pool.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And when the children aren't in the water, there's plenty more outside space for playing.
This is much bigger than what we've already got.
Yeah, this is the big and best garden ever!
It's a hit with everyone, but that's making Elizabeth uneasy.
This just isn't fair. I can't really fault this property at all. The only thing that is going to be the fault is the fact of the price.
Come on, guys.
Time will tell as the family make their way inside to discover how much the dream house really costs.
I couldn't even hazard a guess, but more than 2,000, 2,500, 3, I don't know.
I'm going to go for 2,000.
The couple's budget is £1,200 per month.
Go on, Aidan.
Oh my.
What? That's a lot. What, really? No, that's just crazy. That.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
want to be
I'd move
here.
here.
Yeah, I just want to be here now. So if we could live in a house like this, would you move to Australia?
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah?
I wouldn't.
Would you not?
I would totally.
Would you now?
Yes.
And what about you, Aidan? Do you want to live in a house like this? Yeah?
Yeah.
With a big swimming pool.
House hunting started slowly for the Josephs. Although under budget, Property 1 lacked the space they wanted inside and out, and the interiors left Elizabeth disappointed. Property 2 cost exactly the same, but the generous gardens weren't enough to compensate for dated decor. But Property 3 raised the bar, and the family was stunned to discover they could live in a fabulous 5-bedroom house with a swimming pool for just £50 more than their budget. So how will their last-minute discovery influence Elizabeth's chances of getting the life she wants for her family?
So, based on the properties that we've seen today, our vote goes to.
Australia!
Australia.
I thought today I was going to be more of an unsure when I saw the last one. I thought, well, definitely we're not going to afford this, and as soon as I saw the price, yeah, it makes it more realistic.
It's been a good start. Can't wait to see what we've got next to come up. Fingers crossed that it will be just as positive as it has been today.
A unanimous vote for Australia means Elizabeth could be one small step closer to the family life she's been dreaming of. But she still has work to do if Kevin's to agree to making the move. A day investigating their work prospects down under could help convince him or show the couple the luxury living they've fallen for could be completely out of reach. In the UK, Elizabeth qualified as a midwife over 2 years ago, and it's a role she loves.
To be so close to women and their families and being able to be a part of their journey throughout their pregnancy, having these gorgeous babies of theirs, it's an amazing job.
Kevin's also based in a hospital as a pharmacy technician looking after patients' medication.
I really enjoy working here. It's a good job. I've worked here for a long time. I've had the opportunity to expand on my skills a lot.
Elizabeth works part-time, but as the main visa applicant, she's prepared to work full-time in Australia.
And that is a bit daunting to think that I could end up losing that time with my children that I so really want. But if that's the way that I have to get to Australia, then that's what I will have to do.
Kevin, however, is a lot less certain about the prospect of turning his professional life upside down.
If I can't secure work as a pharmacy technician and I have to look at something else, that for me would really put me off wanting to go.
Elizabeth knows what happens in Adelaide today could literally make or break her chances of persuading Kevin to follow her dream.
If we don't get the right job and the right salary, then we can't actually come. We need the fundings to be able to get here.
We're not asking for millions, we just want to be able to support the family, and coming to Australia and earning less wouldn't be a good thing to do, would it? We need to know.
No.
To explore their options, the couple head to Flinders Medical Centre, one of South Australia's biggest hospitals. Elizabeth's shown around by Beverly, a midwife and expat.
How many actual delivery rooms do you have?
Okay, so we've got 9 delivery rooms, 3 assessment beds, and a recovery which has currently got 2 beds in it.
It's very similar to the hospital that I'm in at the moment.
It's a reassuring start. Meanwhile, upstairs, Kevin's arrived at the pharmacy.
Yeah, hi, I'm Steve. I'm Chief Pharmacist of South Australia. Let's start off by showing you around the department, shall we?
Brilliant.
OK, let's go.
Back with Beverly, Elizabeth's curious to find out how midwifery in Australia compares to the UK.
Well, the practice isn't really any different. I would imagine the staffing ratio is better here, so there's more one-to-one and you get less patients per midwife. But in terms of the lifestyle, there's a lot of difference. You know, you've got more time at home because you're not working as many or as long hours, I should say. Depends on what you choose to work.
That's great news.
I can do 12-hour shifts or beyond. What's it kind of like here?
Well, you won't be doing 12 hours. We do 8-hour shifts, and you can work anything up to 40 hours a week.
If Elizabeth did work full-time, shorter shifts would still mean plenty of time with the family. Back in the pharmacy, Kevin's ready to talk business.
Are my qualifications recognised here in Australia?
There are no formal qualifications required to work as a pharmacy assistant within the South Australian system. In terms of you having the ability and competencies to do the job within Australia, then you'd have those, but your formal qualifications wouldn't be recognised.
Okay.
In theory, Kevin could be overqualified, but Stephen is quick to point out his experience could be an advantage.
With the skill set you have from the UK, it's more advanced than it is in Australia. So for specific projects where we're trying to evolve our technicians to somebody that has a strong skill set, a history of innovation, and can bring drive and change, would certainly be a very good candidate for a position within South Australia.
Kevin's work prospects sound promising. Outside, Elizabeth's keen to hear about potential earnings.
With my experience and my banding at the moment, if I was to come here full-time, do you know roughly how much my pay would be?
You're a band 6, so it would be equivalent to a level 1. So you full-time, which is 5 days a week, you could look to earn anywhere between 56 and 77,000 a year. There's 10 increments in that pay. You have to do 1,610 hours to move on to the next increment. So it's not a time scale, it's more of an hour, how many hours you work scale.
That would mean a starting salary of just over £31,000, almost $20,000 more than Elizabeth earns working part-time in the UK.
Is there currently any opportunities for a midwife with my banding going at Flinders?
It's quite tricky at the moment. We have an oversurplus of graduate midwives that we didn't have positions for, so it would be difficult. That doesn't mean to say that in the next couple of years there won't be an opportunity.
Finding employment may not be easy, but that's not enough to make Elizabeth rethink the move.
It is a little bit disheartening, but it just makes it a little bit more for me to bite my teeth into and say I'm not going to give up. Not just yet. It's just a tiny little hurdle to get over.
Upstairs, Kevin has just a few more questions.
So what kind of working hours would I be expected to work if I came here?
Well, the standard working hours would be something from, say, 8:45 to 5:30, but most people will be expected to be on a 7-day roster, which would include some weekend working.
The hours are comparable to back home.
What kind of salary would I be earning?
Yeah, as things stand at the moment, you come in at the baseline salary, which is $38,000.
But discovering he'd earn £4,000 less than in the UK isn't the best end to Kevin's meeting.
It does put a bit of doubt in my mind about whether to make the move. My salary back in the UK is quite good, and here it doesn't seem as high as what I was expecting.
Work has delivered the Josephs some surprises, and when they reunite outside, it's clear the negatives are outweighing any positives.
If there wasn't a specialised job that came up, I'd have to start on a base rate, which would only be $38,000 a year.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a bummer, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Compared to what I earn back home.
Job-wise, there's nothing here at the moment for me, which is disappointing.
I think we need to sit down and think about financial, really.
Whether or not if we can actually afford to live here.
The reality of Adelaide's job market has cast a cloud over their day. So knowing what they do now, will the couple choose work at home or away?
So based on the positive and negatives of today regarding job opportunities in Australia, our vote goes to... Undecided.
Undecided.
I earn a lot more in the UK for my job role than I do here. I mean, I can certainly get employed, but it wasn't enough to sway me to pick Australia.
Financially, if my income can support us, then it'd be exactly the same way around, except for we'd have a better lifestyle.
For me, I've always enjoyed my career and my job, and even though I know I can get employment, I want to be able to provide for the family as well. So I want to know that I can make my contribution.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Two undecided votes for work may have put a dent in Elizabeth's dream, but she's come too far to surrender without a fight. Believing Aidan's life could be greatly enhanced by a warmer climate, she's hoping a family day out, sampling Australia's outdoor lifestyle, will be enough to put any doubts Kevin has back in the shade. A symptom of Aidan's heart condition is poor circulation, meaning he can get extremely cold in low temperatures. Making the most of Adelaide's mild climate, today the family head off for a picnic at Brownhill Creek Recreational Park.
Who wants a
Can
sandwich?
you do it?
This popular bushland's just a few miles from the city.
Do you think we'll see any kangaroos?
No.
You might do. Or koala.
Unfortunately, local wildlife's thin on the ground today, much to Harrison's disappointment.
I want to cuddle a koala.
After lunch, the family get a real taste for the outdoor lifestyle they could be living.
Is this inside a tree?
Yeah, it's been burnt.
How?
I don't know.
It's the perfect place for the children to run wild, and Aidan's very happy to join in.
There's no one around to turn around and say, be quiet, is there,
No,
really?
exactly.
For Elizabeth, it's a rare opportunity for the whole family to spend quality time outside, and a reminder of why she wants the move so badly.
I'm on a ticking clock, and I don't know when the alarm's going to go off with Aidan's health. So being able to come to Australia gives us that extra time with him, as well as for Harrison and Isabel, so they can kind of get some of their childhood back.
Kevin's equally thrilled to see Aidan enjoying the countryside.
You know, he's running around all day, and he's loving this environment as well. It's great.
And even Harrison and Isabel have noticed a difference.
I think Australia would make Aidan's life feel much better.
In England it gets really cold for him and he goes all blue. So Mum and Dad want us to move here because it's really warm for Aidan. So yeah, he doesn't go blue, he goes red.
But the day still needs to work some magic to make Isabel want to follow her parents' wishes.
Home is home and this is not home.
Which is exactly why Elizabeth wants it. Even working full-time, she remains confident the lifestyle they could have in Australia is far superior to the one they have at home.
This is definitely where I want to be, and it's hard because I find it hard to even turn around and say that the UK is my home, because I don't feel that it is. So that's how much that I want Australia.
But although he's enjoying today, Kevin admits yesterday's news of a pay cut is still playing on his mind.
So I'll take a step back and let Elizabeth take all the kind of financial position there to try and support us as a family. I need thinking about, really.
Elizabeth's desperate for her family to make the move, but not everyone appears to be on board. Will a day in the Australian countryside have been enough to win the rest of the family round?
Based upon the things that we did today, we're going to vote for Australia.
So Isabel, why did you choose undecided?
Because I haven't seen that much fun and I didn't have that much fun.
I chose Australia because some of the activities are very similar to what we could do back in the UK, but I feel knowing the different environment and how close it is to the city, that kind of won my vote over.
Aidan, why did you choose Australia?
Because it's sunny and lovely and fun.
I get to have more fun and get to see more nature.
I feel that the potential of coming to Australia is a little bit closer.
It could be Elizabeth, but there's some way to go yet. With all but Isabel falling for the lifestyle, Elizabeth's chances of making the move could be on the up. But both her and Kevin need to discover if Australia could offer Aidan the same care he gets in the UK.
Because we're in our comfort zone back in the UK, he was born there, we've had the same team from day one, so it's coming and starting again really and getting those relationships going.
While the children are looked after by a childminder, the couple meet Dr Gavin Wheaton, a consultant cardiologist at Adelaide's Women and Children's Hospital.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Elizabeth's biggest concern is that the move might jeopardise Aidan's health.
First of all, we'd like to know how easy it is for us to transfer Aidan's care.
We would need some sort of referral into our service, but again, that's a pretty straightforward matter. The medications that Aidan is receiving are very standard medications which are readily available in this country, and so there'd be no change in his treatment or follow-up.
Kevin's also keen to get clarification on the type of healthcare they could access.
In the UK, obviously, we have the NHS, and here we're concerned whether we'd need to take out some kind of private healthcare for Aidan.
Private cover might offer some additional choice, but whether private or public, Aidan would have an assigned cardiologist in our department, and all of his care would be supervised by that cardiologist.
The couple also take the opportunity to ask if there's anything more they could do to improve their son's health down under.
Lifestyle-wise and how we treat Aidan in the UK, coming here, would we need to do anything different?
I don't think there'd be much change. Children like Aidan in very hot weather, it's important that they're well hydrated, so maybe a little bit of extra attention to fluids and hydration.
That's really good to know, so it's such an easy transition.
The meeting's given Kevin and Elizabeth the answers they were looking for.
Being able to come here today and have clarification and reassurance given to us about the team that he's going to be under has been fantastic. It's given us a lot of positive aspects to the reasons why we want to come.
The Joseph's Week in Adelaide's delivered some positives, but Elizabeth knows her chances of getting the life she wants for Aidan and her family will depend on Kevin being convinced a move won't lead to financial ruin. Currently renting, the couple don't have a house to sell back home, so while the children play outside, they sit down to compare costs in Australia with those in the UK. First up, the weekly shop.
Coleslaw.
$3.22? Oh my God.
Coleslaw. Oh, we'll make our own.
Sugar's about the same price, it's only 4p more expensive here in Australia. So we pay £4 for 800 grams of strawberries and £7 here. It's expensive, isn't it?
No more strawberries.
So how does the overall bill add up?
OK, and the total is £139.68. Okay. That's not as bad as I thought, actually, looking at it.
It's still more than they spend in the UK.
It's £32.70 more expensive in Australia.
That's around £130 a month more on groceries, and the couple still need to factor in the bigger costs. They base their sums on the dream property they viewed.
Whoa,
Electricity
is like 28.88 more expensive.
Yeah.
Phones and internet is a bit more expensive, so it's
yeah.
like £21.24. But then we're going to need that.
That's essential,
to,
though.
to be able to stay in contact with friends and family. Car insurance and MOT, that's more expensive.
So £66.94 more.
So this page is just not as good as the food shop, is it?
When Kevin adds up exactly how much they'd spend every month, the numbers look far from promising.
£4,062.33.
Whoa.
So we'd be spending £1,164.41 a month more in Australia. That's huge.
It's a substantial amount of money unless their potential new salaries can cover the shortfall.
Australia income 3750.66 minus Australia outgoing, which is minus 311.67.
In the UK, they have £400 left over every month, but in Australia, they'd be over £300 in the red. In theory, that would make them around £700 worse off every month in Australia.
That's terrible.
That is.
But this is based on a dream home, which was absolutely stunning.
We didn't really think that we'd get a pool and things like that anyway, so it's still doable.
Elizabeth's trying to stay positive, but it looks like the financial facts could put the life she so desperately wants for her family just out of reach.
Our vote goes to...
UK.
Undecided. I would have thought you'd gone like undecided.
No, I'm not saying Australia's completely out of the bag, but for this part of it, I definitely see that financially we're better off in the UK.
I still think that we need to just look further into it, so that's why I went for undecided.
While the realisation it could leave the family out of pocket hasn't been enough to dent Elizabeth's dream, Kevin's fears about finances down under seem to have been proven. The Josephs have decided to watch messages from friends and family at home together. Will hearing from loved ones mean another setback for Elizabeth's vision of their future?
Hey guys, hope you're having a great time.
Hiya, hope you're having a great time.
Hi guys.
As a family, Liz, Kevin and the kids are a very close-knit unit.
Oh, Liz, she's wonderful. Yeah, lovely, very talkative and chatty.
She's supportive and she's kind.
Kevin's a very good family man. He loves his children and he loves Elizabeth as well.
Not a bad bone in his body. One of the best friends I've got.
The children are absolutely great. They're just diamonds.
Isabel is a very girly girl.
She's got a wicked laugh. She's really funny.
Harrison is a big softie, a very lovable character.
Great cousin, always getting involved with other people.
Aiden's a proper cheeky monkey, right, sort of playing tricks and causing havoc. He likes to cause a ruckus.
With Aiden's condition, they've had to really think about, you know, of his future, and the cold weather over here isn't helping.
No.
And please, really, it's a new start, it's a new life. If you don't go for it when you're young, you look back and you wish that you had, and it's too late.
I don't know if I'll miss my brother so much, because I know my brother's going to be all right and he can look after himself. I think it'd be more I miss the kids, seeing them grow up. That would be more what I miss.
If you have even the smallest doubt about moving over there, then just make sure that you stay here with us in the UK.
Good luck to you all. We hope you make the right decision and we're all behind you.
Don't let other people get in your way. If it's your dream, you can just do it.
Everybody all right?
Yeah.
But does it make you sad?
Yeah.
You're seeing the family, but then you won't see them again for a very long time.
How do you feel, Harrison?
Just sad to hear that we might not see them again when we're in Australia.
What do you think? Do you think you're going to miss everyone? Yeah?
It kind of brings home the idea, and sometimes perhaps we take them for granted, that your family's on your doorstep.
Watching messages from home has shown the Josephs the emotional sacrifices they'd be making if they went ahead with the move. Elizabeth's passionate about giving her family a fresh start and Aidan the best experiences in life. But the practicalities of a move down under are still causing Kevin concern. So, as their final decision draws closer, will he be ruled by his head or his heart? The weather's worsened, but has their week in Australia cast a cloud over Elizabeth's dream? Their time in Adelaide has given Elizabeth and Kevin an insight into the life they could offer their children on the other side of the world.
Being able to come to Australia means that we can do so much, we can change so much. We can go out and just have fun.
It's been great to see the kids outdoors and doing some of the things together as a family. It's been good.
While Harrison and Aidan have had a ball.
Our week in Australia has been fantastic. Not today because it's raining, but me and Aidan don't really care.
I hate the rain.
At times, Isabel's felt homesick, and messages from family and friends have done little to help.
It was actually really sad because if we move here, we won't see our family again. We only could see them on holidays or just the telly.
Kevin's seen the move could work wonders for Aidan, but he's still battling financial concerns.
My emotions have been up and down throughout the whole week. I just want to make sure that the move's right financially and that we can support the children.
But for Elizabeth, the decision is about much more than money.
It basically comes down to Aidan's health, for him to be able to grow and thrive, and for us to actually witness that and see that and have those memories.
After 8 incredibly challenging years, she's determined to make her children's lives as happy as possible and enjoy every second of being together.
Knowing that you just don't know what you're going to get or which day he's going to go, you just think, if I can give him this, then I will give him anything possible.
The week's been Elizabeth's best shot at convincing the family a move is in everyone's interests. So, where will their future lie?
Based on this week, we've had lots of exciting and strenuous and stressing times, but mainly all enjoyable. We're ready to vote for.
Australia!
Australia.
So Harrison, why did you go undecided?
Because I'm afraid that Aidan might get too cold.
Because if it's sunny and we didn't have a wet day today, you would have gone Australia, would you?
Yeah.
Oh, OK. So Isabel, you've changed your mind. Why did you choose Australia?
Because I now know that it's a good place to live.
There are some negatives, but I think if we work around those, we could make a life here.
Coming here has been really useful to make us realise that we can actually live our dream. It will be a case of us going home, waiting for our visa to hopefully be processed, and then set a date for us to move to Australia.
It looks as if the Josephs could be all set for a new life in Australia, finally achieving Elizabeth's dream to give Aidan a life in the sunshine and the rest of her family a fresh start after the heartache they've endured over the past few years. We'll be keeping our fingers crossed they can make the move and create a lifetime of precious memories down under.
So, have Elizabeth, Kevin and the kids made the move? You can find out now by going online to the Wanted Down Under website. Dominic Littlewood's here later this morning. Troublesome teenagers in his sights at 11 on Caught Red-Handed. Next, though, Homes Under the Hammer.